So let's go into the steps of healing. And we're going to go to Genesis chapter 20. Now, it deals with one of my least favorite characters in the Bible, which is Abraham. To me, Abraham was on the punkish side, and he was always being misled or led by his wife, Sarah. So he was a man that didn't have a backbone. And we see in this story that God uses Abraham as a prophet. And also, Abraham is very blessed by God. And God had overlooked his punkish ways and his, you know, lack of standing up for himself. So as we go into verse 20 of Genesis, and I'm going to go over the steps to of healing. So if you know anyone that is sick around you or and that is in need of healing, these are the steps that they have to go through to be healed. So, Abraham, being the punk that he is, uh, wanted told Sarah to be his sister because he knew the king Abimelech wanted his sister, and they both conspired because they Abraham thought he would be killed, so he gave his wife over to the king Abli, Ab, Abimelech, and God had came to Abimelech in a dream, said, "Yes, I know you did this in clear conscience," because he did not know that Sarah was his wife. So they was half sisters and brothers. You can read in the story. But I did not touch it. Now return this man's wife, for he is a prophet, and he will pray for you, and you will live. But if you do not return her, you make sure that you and all who belong to you will die. So that was just God talking to Abimelech and letting him know that if he didn't return Sarah to Abraham, he would surely die. Because God has a plan, or had a plan for Abraham, and he had to carry out this plan. So if Abimelech disrupted this plan or got in the way of God's plans, he will surely have killed him and his whole family. The thing that I like about this story is it breaks down the of how God works when it comes to healing. Everybody thinks that you know they can will healing into their life, or they can do certain things to be healed into their life. So the first thing that you need to do to be healed is you have to go directly to the creator, God, and ask for healing because it ultimately has to fit into his plan for you to be healed. It has to fit into his plan. Now once it's fit into his plan, whether he gives the approval, he's going to give you signs. So had a sign of Abimelech when he had a dream. And as we go to verse 3, God came to Abimelech in a dream and let him know that he will be healed if he did not touch Sarah. He would be healed. Now, a certain amount of us know people that are sick or have been sick themselves and had a dream of them being healed. But after the dream, are still wondering why they are still sick. God is giving you a vision. He's letting you know that He is going to heal you. But to put the stamp or the approval on the healing, He has to send confirmation. And the confirmation is His prophet. So He had to send confirmation that He would, that Abraham and his wife and his slaves and his whole household would be healed by sending Abraham, which is a prophet. Now you're probably saying to yourself, Jesus was all through the land and Jesus was a prophet and he was out there healing the blind, people with leprosy. He too himself had to get permission, and he was the confirmation of the healing from God, the Creator. So the number one step is you have to get permission from God, the Creator. We can take all types of medicines, we can take all type of natural remedies to be healed, but if we don't, it will keep us alive for a short period of time, or maybe even the long run. But if we don't have the confirmation from God that this sickness will be decimated, then there's no confirmation the sickness will go on, because it has to fit into his plan. Once you get the answer from God, then you get the confirmation when the prophet steps in front of you to heal you. And that's God letting you know that I'm doing this. You have to get confirmation from the prophet. So the prophet will be in the midst when healing is dispersed. So I wanted to share this with you guys and let you know how exactly healing works. Everyone that did healing in the Bible, or has healed or become healed, had to go through the Creator. This is Prophet Amazing with Faith Temple Ministries. And if you like this sermon or you like this Bible study, please tune in to the next one.